Topstep is one of the most reliable and trusted prop firms in the entire futures industry. However, today they announced a price increase across the board on all their trading combines as well as activation fees, and it has a whole bunch of traders pissed. So in this video, we're going to be talking about it, exactly what happened, why they did it, and the alternative up-and-coming prop firm that everyone is deciding to trade with instead, which offers an account for as low as $65 with no activation fee. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, guys, so here we are in the Twitter/X account of Topstep, and this is one of the announcements that they made this morning. And I find it funny because they didn't include their price increases in this post. You know, I'm sure they kind of knew that they were going to piss off a whole bunch of traders, so they kind of held back on that. You guys can already see by this comment, this guy's pointing it out. I find it pretty funny, to be honest, but yeah, we'll just quickly take a glance at this because this is not the whole point of the video. We're going to go over kind of what the price changes are and stuff like that. But, you know, if you guys have been trading with Topstep, nothing new. They have two different payout options now, the standard and the consistency path. The standard is going to be the same that, you know, Topstep is known for, 5 winning days of $150, and you guys can request up to 50% of your balance up to 5K. That 5K is going to be capped. They have a new payout option. I'm sure you guys could select that plan when you guys are purchasing an evaluation or a trading combine. However, you know, like I said, it's going to be 3 trading days. You have to meet a 40% consistency target, and they are increasing the 5K cap to now 6K. So you guys could still request 50% of your account balance up to 6K. But for me, this is completely unnecessary. This applies to maybe 5% of traders, and the rest of us, this is a completely unnecessary change. First of all, we're not making 12K to request 50% of our profit balance, right? And nobody asked for this new consistency path, first of all. And I just want to point out their trading platform, like, so Topstep has been one of the most reliable and trusted prop firms, like I have mentioned, for a while. They have been kind of at the top, right? However, you know, kind of ever since they introduced they removed Trade from their platform and they kind of introduced Project X, I feel like they've kind of just been going down this path of just like, what the hell are we doing? Because for me, it personally feels like they kind of are pretty established within the prop firm space, and they feel like they can do whatever they want, right? They don't want to innovate. They don't want to come out with new plans. They don't want to come out with new pricing or changes, right? And that's why you have a whole bunch of new prop firms popping up that offer better pricing, better rules and stuff, is because these guys just refuse to change. Topstep has just been going downhill ever since I feel like they kind of removed Trade and they introduced their Project X platform, which is ass, by the way. I've traded like a couple times on the Project X, and I feel like every time I log on to that platform, I've had issues. I've had, you know, slippage issues, or I had disconnection issues, or, you know, and they, guess what? Their customer service, which they pride themselves on, is straight ass, guys. I'll have to wait for a couple days or months, and they'll give me the most basic bot reply, and they don't do anything about it. They're like, oh, there's nothing we could do. Project X is, you know, there was nothing on our end. It was your end probably. And they're not helpful, right? Which I'm like, bro, what's going on? Which is why, you know, I'll get into it, but a lot of people are trading with other prop firms. As you guys can see by this little comment right here as well, you know, trading Lucid. I'm gonna mention that in a little bit, but let's quickly go over the price changes. So yeah, shout out to Brian Stonk. I appreciate you coming out with this little graph. Yeah, so they are increasing their activation fee. If you guys are aware or have traded with Topstep in the past, their activation fee on their trading combines was originally $149. However, they reverted it back a couple months ago, and now they're reverting it back again. So it's like we're reversing the reverse, and their activation fee. So Topstep also has a new, not a new, but a relatively new plan called the no activation fee plan. That's kind of standard within the industry now, where they came out with a trading combine where you guys could get funded with no activation fee. Their pricing on that was $89, that's reasonable, right? However, they kind of just, you know, now it's an extra $20, right? Out of nowhere. And this is kind of consistent with all their new plans, and they have their back to funded. So if you guys blew your account, you guys can reset it and get funded again. So in $100 increase, another $100 increase, another $100 increase. And if you guys look at the math right here, shout out to Brian again, thank you. This is 22% increase, 14% increase, 10%, right? 20%. These changes aren't necessary, right? And I don't know why they're doing it, to be honest. But like I mentioned, I feel like Topstep thinks, I don't know if this is correct or not, but Topstep thinks that they're really well established within the prop firm space, so they can make whatever rules they want and people will keep coming back. But I don't know if they know this, but like a whole bunch of traders aren't trading with them anymore, myself included. I haven't traded with them in a while, actually, because I just haven't liked the change. I like trading on Tradeovate. I like having that platform available, and they kind of just took it away and forced us as traders to kind of use their platform. Yo, you have to use our dog shit platform, and we're gonna cheese you, and we're gonna take your money, and they think it's okay. And I'm like, bro, like, I'm gonna trade with other platforms that have better plans or alternatives, right? So, you know, and this guy right here, you know, I find it funny, right? So everyone is raising prices, so who cares if someone complains about 20 USD raise? This only tells me one thing: you better don't trade at all. This is the most retarded, excuse my language, but this is the most retarded way of thinking I ever. Who would want an unnecessary $20 increase or 20% increase to anything, right? Like, imagine you go grocery shopping and you get slapped with a 20% increase on your eggs or your milk or whatever, right? Nobody's gonna be happy with price increases in general, period. This guy has no idea what he's thinking. He's just riding Topstep's dick or something. I don't know, but like I said, the 6K is completely, nobody's making 12K to request 50% of that to make 6K, right? It applies to maybe 1% of us. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know, this changes straight booty. And let's just read some of the comments, right? Because I was having a good time reading all some of these comments. But you know, Brian's already, like I said, go follow Brian on Twitter. He comes out with prop firm news as well. You know, trading Lucid, everyone's going to trading Lucid, right? I kind of mentioned it earlier as well, right? You know, trading's difficult enough. The extra rules make it extremely hard. How about removing consistency? Like, people don't really like to change, right? 40% consistency based on what? I don't like that, you know? Wow, pretty big increase, right? Look at this guy. This guy is thinking the same thing. The ones complaining are unprofitable. It's not about profitability or unprofitability. It's just nobody likes the price increase, period, right? Firm, it gets worse every week. They keep coming out with like terrible changes. I don't know, bro. Shit is fucking stupid, bro. Who cares about GameStep, bro? They are done with. So the fuck are these bozos doing? So, you know, that's really all it was. I don't know, bro. This change is not great. But let me go ahead and introduce to you guys a new prop firm that everyone, like I said, has been deciding to block to or migrate to, and that's going to be Lucid Trading. So let me go ahead and introduce that for you guys. All right, guys, so here we are on the Lucid Trading website, and this is the prop firm that everyone's been talking about recently. This is the prop firm that everyone's been trading with instead of Topstep, MyFunded Futures, Tradeify, Apex, right? This is the prop firm. And there's a couple reasons for this. First of all, you guys could get funded in as little as $65. There's no activation fee, there's no bullshit, and I'll just want to quickly show you guys. So for new users, they offer 10% off automatically and an additional 40% off if you guys use my code, for a total of 50% off total. So you guys could get funded for as little as $65, no activation fee. Another thing with these guys is they offer no recurring monthly fee. So it's a one-time payment and that's it. So if you guys take longer to get funded or to try to pass your evaluation, maybe you guys take 2 months, 5 months, there is no recurring monthly fee. So you guys could take as long as you want. It's gonna be $65, that's it. You guys don't have to worry about, you know, a recurring monthly fee. You don't have to feel rushed, right? They offer 5 funded accounts at a time. So you guys could get funded with 5 funded accounts. And another big thing that I've never seen is you guys could get funded the same day you guys pass your evaluation. So if you guys pass your eval, reach that profit target, you guys could activate your funded account and immediately start trading your funded account the same day. That's how fast these guys are. And I've never personally seen that in any other prop firm. So my biggest recommendation for you guys is going to be the Lucid Flex. This is going to be the cheapest account that they offer, $65 if you use my code, right? And we'll quickly go ahead and take a look at the rules, right? Before we do that, I also have a video explaining this prop firm. I just came out with it, so you guys check that out. I will leave it in the description, as well as I have a Discord where I will have the rules for every prop firm that I will be reviewing / be trading with, right? So you guys can go ahead and check it out for yourself, right? $65 all in, $90, $80, right? You guys can check out the valuation rules, the funded rules down here. If I scroll down, right? You guys can check out the funded rules, what you guys need for a payout, right? Everything is going to be right there for you guys. But let's quickly take a look at it. So 3K profit target, $2,000 max loss, right? It's going to be end of day drawdown, meaning you guys don't have to worry about that trailing drawdown. And this is the same for eval and funded. On every single account on Lucid Trading, they are a end of day drawdown prop firm. So you guys don't have to worry about that. No daily loss limit on the eval for the Lucid Flex account, and you guys can pass in as little as 2 days. So you guys could get funded in as little as 2 days. They offer 4 minis. Another great thing about them is they offer Trade-Evade, NinjaTrader, Quant Tower, Sierra Chart, TradingView, so you don't have to worry about trading on the dog shit Topstep X, or yeah, is it Project X platform? And just to quickly go over the funded rules, right? So $2,000 max loss, right? There is no daily loss limit or consistency rule on the funded account. Like I said, you guys also get access to 4 minis, and all you need to get a payout is 5 winning days of $150. That is it. Another thing with these guys in this specific account is you guys don't need a buffer, meaning you guys don't have to reach a profit target to withdraw your money. You guys can only withdraw 50% of your profits. However, there is no buffer required, meaning you guys, if you guys make $1,000 and you guys want to withdraw 50% of that, you guys can do that, right? That's easily a good ROI already. $65 making 500, or you guys want to be a little bit more conservative, make $2,000 instead and then withdraw half of that, right? That's already 1,000, right? For $65, that's an awesome return on investment, right? So like I said, there's no activation fee, there's no daily loss limit, right? That is awesome. I've never seen this before. So before they decide to change the prices and stuff, right, make sure you guys get an account. Let me know in the comments if you guys are trading with Lucid already, if you guys like them, if you guys don't like them. Like I said, do your research first. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. That is it for me. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.